All right, Ben Johnson. Ben Johnson, we know the Ben Johnson story. We know how much we've talked about him. We know how much we've praised him.
Call him by his full name.
I love how you do that. Look, reality is, with this football team, they are scoring at an absurd amount. The rate is, what, 4th highest in the NFL touchdown rate. 9 total touchdowns, 71 points through 2 games.
3rd in the NFL in rushing yards.
3rd in rushing yards. 4th in total yards per game.
1st in yards per attempt rushing, too.
Yep. 1st in yards per attempt before even getting contacted, which I believe is like 4.6.
Yes,
4. And the NFL average for just rushing yards is 4.2, I believe.
Yeah.
My God.
That offensive line.
Comes out and says the offense isn't clicking.
What does it look like when it's clicking? that's
you know, I did catch you and Stick talking at the tail end of the first segment about T.J. Hawkinson, the offense not clicking, and really, not that it's not clicking, but hey, you can't distribute it to everybody.
Right.
When my takeaway from Ben Johnson and his comments was, hey, we're very aware that we're looking good right now, but we're not hitting on all cylinders. I'm not happy that my key tight end, my starting tight end, has a 50% catch rate, who has averaged 7 targets a game so far and only has 7 catches. 7 catches on 14 targets. Not ideal. I'm not happy with DJ Chark's drops. I'm not happy with Jamal Williams' performances so far. I'm not happy with certain aspects of our guards polling. I'm not happy with pass protection. There are a lot of things as a coach, you'll go get to the screen, you'll bring your team out, and you'll go through all of it.
Right.
And for me, that is just another encouraging sign of, no, this is a legitimate coaching staff. Dan Campbell, have to give him credit. The leadership move it took to get rid of Anthony Lynn, absorb the pressure of being the primary play caller, seeing the talent in Ben Johnson, saying, hey, kid, help me fix this. Deuce Staley, help me. Antoine Randall, help me. They all grouped together last year. They go into the offseason. Who's going to be our offensive coordinator? You have the Ben Johnson team over here that was pushing for him vehemently all offseason. He gets the job. Talk going into the preseason. Oh, we're not sure who's going to call plays yet. We'll see how he does against Atlanta. See how he does here. See how he does there. He's the play caller week 1. Does a damn good job. First drive of the year, touchdown. They stalled, a few 3-and-outs. They cleaned it up in the second half. Game against Washington, again, phenomenal. The way he's been able to use Amon-Ra St. Brown, the way he's been able to use these extra offensive line and tight end packages, Ben Johnson, to me, has been nothing short of special through 2 games. And I am going to just sit back and enjoy however long you have him as your offensive coordinator, because I promise you, if I'm an owner, if I'm a GM, and I'm not happy with my current situation, or I'm already looking ahead to 2023, this kid is at the top of my short list.
And I'm not trying to pull, the same old Lions thing, but the fact that Ben Johnson's doing it in Detroit, I think that's more significant, because if you would have told me before the season the Lions would have the best offense in the NFC North, I would have told you you're crazy. I'm going to be honest with you. I think they would have had one of the best. I still would have put them behind the Minnesota Vikings, but right now they are one of the best offenses in the NFL. And I think the DJ Chark and TJ Hawkinson points, I think that speaks also to just the rapport that Jared has already with Amon-Ra. I mean, DJ Chark, new signing. It's going to take some games for him. I'm not going to overreact to him so far. He had a touchdown game 1. TJ Hawkinson missed the back half of last season because of an injury. I think that rapport with him and Jared needs more time. I mean, even though he has 7 targets in both of the games, he's not coming down with a lot of these passes. I think TJ will bounce back. I'm not too concerned about TJ. But to your point, Adam, Ben Johnson with this offense, it's incredible. Like I tweeted last night, enjoy him while he's here, because I do believe it's going to be a year or 2 before Ben Johnson not only gets interviewed, but gets hired. I mean, you see the leadership ability he has, the communication ability. He talked about it at the press conference. You know, we're not clicking on all cylinders, despite being a top 3 offense in the NFL, which is scary. They left a lot of points on the board in the last 2 games. You saw it. The drive where they're in the red zone, they go for it on 4th down, they don't get it. Imagine if they get that. That would have been 40 points. Against the Eagles, they left some points off the board for some decisions we talked about that week. So overall, the job that Ben Johnson's doing, it's, dare I say, historic in Lions franchise history.
Jeff,
really
growing up, were you familiar with Mike Shanahan as a coach?
I was, yes.
Towards the tail end, I'd
Robert
imagine,
Griffin.
right?
Yeah.
So Mike Shanahan in the Denver days, One of the best
Shannon
coaches
Sharp.
in the NFL. But that run game, Terrell
Right.
Davis, right? John Elway, we all know the story.
TD, yeah.
Mike Shanahan has produced a concept and the importance of, hey, running the football is still one of the most effective ways to win football games in the NFL. It's a passing league. We all agree. But what the Cleveland Browns do last night, they ran the football effectively. They were able to pick apart the Pittsburgh defense. And what Ben Johnson has brought, it's funny, we always talk about the sexy, young, offensive-minded coordinators. They're going to expand the offense. They're going to do a better job, What is the one thing you've noticed through 2 weeks with this football team? They are very old-fashioned. They line up. They show you they're going to run the football, and you can't stop it.
Kyle Shanahan
They
asked,
line up with 6 offensive linemen, 2 tight ends. They don't care. They don't care at all. And that, to me, is an embodiment of the way they've been running their power run schemes, the way they've been really setting up a lot of the play action, the jet sweeps to Amon-Ra St. Brown, the end arounds. That
similar personnel, then keeps you on your toes.
Keeps you on your toes. You become unpredictable. And I talked about this with you before the season started. You asked me, what does this Detroit Lions team look like going into the season? And I don't mean to sound generic, but they would be a pain in the ass team to play against.
Said that. Yeah,
and I know that's not like the easiest thing to kind of comprehend. Well, Adam, what does that mean? What, they just try and they lose? No. Like, you go put yourselves in a offensive coordinator's shoes. Actually, let's go to the defensive side of the ball. You are the defensive coordinator for an opposing team. You are playing Detroit. You're on the road or you're at home. Doesn't matter. You think about it. How are you going to stop this offense? I'll wait. Even if you have a prolific front seven, what is your absolute number one concern? You want to start with the run game, the offensive line, the pass protection they're going to get? Oh, Amon-Ra St. Brown developing into a top 10 wide receiver in front of our eyes? Oh, they also have DJ Chark, who's a deep threat. Josh Reynolds, who really at any moment should be open. He is one of Jared Goff's favorite targets.
Right.
You have TJ Hawkinson you have to account for. Oh, by the way, there's a running back named DeAndre Swift. If you lose sight of him in the backfield on a pass play,
good luck.
Good luck. If you don't pick up the screenplay properly, good luck. That's a home run hitter. There is so much to account for. You have to be so perfect on defense to play against the Detroit Lions, unless they are getting in their own way at the moment, given all the talent they have, all the core fundamental pieces they have to build up what's so far been a prolific offense, Jeff.